In John chapter 12 and verse 26, if any man will serve him, let him, if any man what? Will serve him, let him follow me. If any man will serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there also my servant be. Is Jesus poor? Hello? Is Jesus poor? If any man will serve me, him my Father will honor. There's no amount of money a man can use to buy honor. Did you hear that? There's no amount of money a man can have to buy an honor. Honor is beyond money. Nations serve you. Kings will serve you. Strangers will build your wall. Strangers are building a walls for you. If you are ready for the blessing and honor to follow God. You know the problem? You want to serve God in your own convenience. That's why a lot of people, as I'm talking, am I not serving God? No, that is not serving God. Anytime you serve God in your own convenience, you don't see the blessings of God. Did you hear that? Anytime you serve God in your own convenience, you don't see God. This morning was my wife that tapped me and said, it is 6:30. Stand up and take your bath. Because I came in Lagos and I sleep around 4. There is no excuse to prayers. Because your prayer is your act of serving God. Having a devotion time with God. Around 4 I go to bed. You see, it is not convenience for somebody to sleep 4 o'clock and wake up 6:30. The body will test you. Things will test you. If you are serving God, will cost you nothing. You will not be blessed by God. Because men God bless, God set them apart. Gather my saints unto me, those who has made covenant of sacrifice. Somebody stay in Aduawa and is an usher in Winners in Mamaba. He left the house 4:30, and he must be there in that place to sleep. You are so familiar with God that your church is opened by a stranger and sit by a stranger. When you come to church is already started. You can't see God. Early morning is a workers that first go there before generator work to have a devotion with God. They that seek him early shall find him. You are a worker. Your duty is not to pray when others are praying. You pray first before they come, so that you meet their need. No restaurant that the attendants of the restaurant comes with customer to cook for them. He will come first and prepare for them. If you know how to serve God, God will bless you. Listen to me. God will bless you. God will bless you. Make up your mind to serve God. Joshua says in Joshua 24 and verse 15, if you seemeth evil to serve the Lord your God, choose this day the God whom you will serve. Be the God of Amaleki or the God of your forefathers. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Make up your mind to serve God. He will bless you. Trust me. He will bless you. He will bless you. He will bless you. God can give you a car without you buying for. I've been driven how many cars? 44 cars. I only buy for one. I bought one. 430,000 naira. That was my car I bought. I've driven all the cars. Only one I bought. People can give you. Listen, and not because you're a pastor. No. It's not because you're a pastor. It's not because you're a pastor. When God favor you, everything work for you. I'm telling you. You don't need to be a pastor for God to bless you when your heart is for God. And you see, and that it calls sacrifice. Serving God is the most difficult thing anybody can be, because listen, nature will discourage you. People around you will discourage you. Everything will work against you. Everything. When you are serving God genuinely and sit and know, he will restrain money from you. He will restrain everything from you. And you have to go extra mile. Extra mile. That's what we call sacrifice in serving God. Sacrifice in serving God. You can't serve God without sacrifice. So you must make effort of sacrifice. Sacrifice of time. Sacrifice of many things. And be able to serve the Lord. Praise God. So your services to God must be punctual. And must be dedicated in serving God. You can't serve God on your own will and prosper. You end up become a choir in the church for a long time. When you are sick, they contribute money. Well, you can't see the hand of God. You can't see the hand of God. You can't serve God. As a matter of fact, eye service is what destroys you. When your pastor is not in the church, you are not in the church. You are not serving God. You calculate time. You are not serving God. You are in team with the pastor. And that is why until the pastor give you, you can't receive from God. You are a slave to the pastor. But until pastors give you, until you are. In our former church, where I left, preach the gospel, the man himself, before he pushed me and blesses me, I have never, a vow when he give, so take this thing for, I said no. Take this, I said no. Take this, I said no, because I know what I came to take, and I take it. I know what I came to take, and I take it. I take it. I take it. Now the people who take and take to tomorrow, some of them are dry cleaners. Some of them are still looking for a job. Some of them carry big file. Why? You must know the blessings of God. Don't substitute it for the help of man. Abraham rejected the blessings of the king of Sodom. He said, lest you say, thou hast made me rich. I believe in the Lord my God, and God prosper. Number two, people God prosper, people who fear him. Did you hear that? The fear of God is one of the people God prosper. People who genuinely fear God. Please take it from me. Psalm 112 and verse 1. Blessed is a man that feareth the Lord. That feareth the Lord. Here we are talking about your conscience. Praise be the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord, that he delighted greatly in his commandment. He feared the Lord and delighted greatly in his commandment. Now watch what the next verse says. He delighted greatly in his commandment. His seed, his children shall be mighty upon the earth. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth, and the generation of the upright shall be blessed. For riches and honor shall dwell in their house. They don't look for money because they fear God. Wealth and riches shall dwell in their house, and his righteousness endureth forever. Fear God. Fear God. Genuinely fear God. You see, many of the girls you call prostitutes, you call Yahoo boys, actually fear God more than people who are in the church. And people who actually fear God. A member will sit before his pastor and is lying, gladly lying. I was talking to one yesterday, and he was telling me, I'm going to barb, Papa, you know now, I'm just going to barb my head. I'm going to barb some people's head. 12 midnight, where are you going to barb somebody's head? The fear of God. The fear of God. 12 midnight is going to barb somebody's head. The fear of God. That's why we pursued everything, because we don't fear him. The fear of God don't have to do in church. The fear of God have to do the condition of your heart. When your heart is saying different thing and your mouth is saying different thing, you cannot prosper by God. You cannot prosper by God. In Genesis chapter 22 and verse number 16, it says, now I know thou feareth me. I swear by myself, in blessing I will bless you. By myself. Read the verse number 15 for me. He said, by myself I swear. And the angel of the Lord called Abraham out of heaven the second time. Go ahead for me. And he said, by myself I swear. See the Lord. Because thou have done these things, and not withheld thy son, thy only son, in blessing I will bless you. And in multiplication I will multiply thee. As the stars of the heavens, and as the sun upon the seashores, and thy seed shall possess the gate of their enemies. Thy seed who possess the gate of their enemy. The fear of God. If you genuinely fear God, you will not struggle of his commandment. You hardly see somebody coming to church and being blessed. A young guy was playing games yesterday, and the Lord said to me, why did you now fight my battle? I was very angry this the afternoon, was making calls, and I was playing games. The Lord said, why did you now fight my battle? Don't fight for me. Satan is my servant. Have you never read in what Jeremiah chapter 27 and verse number 6? He said, Nebuchadnezzar my servant. If Nebuchadnezzar can be my servant, Satan is still my servant, though he have no payment. Wherever that man refuse to give me voluntarily, Satan will take it by force. Playing game, you have no fear for God. You obey the commandment of God as a proof that you feared him. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. O Israel, what does the Lord our God require of thee? Is to fear him. God wants people fear him. Listen, let me call a brother who wear tattoo all over his body, or Davido, and also let some of them come to our church this morning. You will see the demonstration of the fear of God. At the gate there, he will adjust his knicker, he will remove his cap, he will come there. He's drunk, but he have this reference for God. Reference for God. A reference for God. But the church have become so familiar with God that they have no reference for God. They will tell the pastor how far. Now how you do? See Pastor Kali load. They just passing like no man. No reference, no fear for God. It be like saying the goat that they are rearing. Human being behave like a goat because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, and no foolish man has ever prospered. Wisdom comes from God, and they give wisdom to those who fear him. For you to prosper, you must learn to practice the fear of God. Listen, the fear of God is what a believer does without supervision. It's what a believer does without supervision. Do you know that the people who pay tithe to this church, they don't call me for prayer? All those running around with 200 naira tithe, they need down and move around. No, they don't. They fear God. It is their culture. They constitute it in their mind. Why was you preach tithe, paying your first fruit, paying your this to people? He said people don't fear God, I will preach you. You can't teach a man who fear God to pay tithe. You can't teach a man who fear God to pay tithe. You cannot. You cannot. A man who fear God, you can't teach a worker who fear God to come to church early, to sleep. To come early. He will be, even when they are coming late, they are looking at the mirror to do their head. And you pray, you fast, and nothing happens around them. No, listen to me. The prayer of a pastor does not substitute a heart. If you like, let Adiboye pastor you. Let all the pastors lay hands on you, lay leg on you, pull you in a gallon of drum. You remain where you are if you don't have fear for God. You must have fear for God. A lot of pastors have anointed more than we do. And today their church is in porch. Why? They don't fear God. Anybody who fears God, God prosper. Some pastors are good preachers. But why did God not entrust them the word he have entrusted Baba Adiboye and all the Kumuyi them to? Why they don't fear God? They come there and tell people what they do, and they don't do what people do. They only come around and entice them. Give, it shall be given unto you. Maneuver people and take pains out of people and all that. A man was advising me, Pastor, we know it to be prophet. Go back to the prophet. Benny, if you don't bend them, they will not give. Bend them, they will not give. Bend them, they will not give. I said, why should I bend them? Why should I go back and bend them? Of what? I am on the highest. If it is not what I want, I leave. But you see, bending you, how long will I live on earth? But when you are not sick, you rush after money. But when you are sick, you don't look, nothing mean anything to you. Nothing mean anything to you. There is no advice you will give to somebody who is not in problem that he will take. The reason why you don't fear God is because heart is not for God. And when you fear God, he blesses you.